Hello and welcome. My name's Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic, and this is the weekly forecast for week commencing December 5, 2022. I will be providing some guidance from my deck, the Mythic Tarot. I'll be choosing 6 cards and reading from a spread that will give us an idea about what to expect for the week ahead. I will be interpreting the meanings of those cards and the energy behind them, and giving you some guidance for how we're going to be, how we're going to be feeling, just to validate those experiences for the week ahead. Okay, so let's begin. I have not chosen a card yet, so this is all channeled and fresh. So hope you had a great week. I think last week's forecast for me was very relevant. I found some real challenges for myself, but challenges about how I thought about myself. And I really, in the moment, I didn't like it, but at the end of the day, at the end of it all, I realized how valuable it was to do some self-examination and self-reflection on my behaviors, and some of my points of view are really being challenged. And that's not a bad thing, often not a bad thing. And of course, we were being asked to step up, weren't we? And that means letting go of fear. So anyway, I feel like I'm well on my way to that. Anyway, let's see how we go. So now I've chosen the cards, 6 cards, even I don't know what we've got. So as we go, I will be revealing them and making an interpretation. So let's start. The first card we're looking at is where we are, our conscious selves. So we have the Magician. The Magician represents the part of us that is ready to launch. So last week we were asked to step up. We were asked to let go of those old beliefs and say, you know what, that's not me anymore. I'm actually going to walk my talk. And so now the Magician energy is around us, and that means that those opportunities, now that we're walking our talk and we're owning our power, the doors are going to start opening. We have all of the tools. That's confirmation that we are now recognizing our skills, our abilities, and we have all the tools that we need to step through the door. The Magician does represent all of those opportunities. The door is open. There is still a bit of hesitation around though. but that's good, because that means that we are looking at what our options are and making a choice about what we step into. Also, it's with the Magician, looking at his stance there, that means that there is a direct connection between heaven and earth. So that, in other words, it's all spiritually guided. Now let's look at how our soul selves, or our guides, are working with us to help us realize that opportunity, to help us to make the best choices for ourselves moving forward. So here we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a real contemplation card. So expect that if we are not taking the time to look at what our options are, and it's not about speeding and rushing into it, our guides and our soul will actually be slowing everything down. The Four of Swords can sometimes represent like illness or sickness. Now, I'm not saying that we're all going to get sick. However, your body may react if you are not going to slow down in some way, maybe, or you'll be reminded about meditation. So your guides and soul will be putting you into opportunities and positions where that sort of thing will be an option, or something that you want, that we will want to do, or that you will want to do. It will be something that is desired, to have some quiet time. So just remember, if you're pushing things to speed up, your guides and soul are going to swoop in and say, hang on, slow down. And you know what? It's really a good idea to listen to that when that happens. Don't push against something that's not actually working, because to slow down is to be able to look at those opportunities and make a conscious or a considered choice. So let's have a look at the fear that we're facing. What is it that challenges us about these opportunities and circumstances around us? So we have the Six of Swords. in this position, the Six of Swords is speaking to me about, like, it's not the order of things. You know, this is how things are normally done. This is how it should all be. So the structures that we have normally put in place, that perhaps we were taught, or that have, like, are part of our safety zone, as our zone of safeness, looks like they're not going to work in this instance. So where we're trying to force something, no square pegs into round holes is what we're saying, is what our challenges will be. So in other words, how we have done things is not going to fit here. However, how there is a structure in place. It's just that if we take the time and be still, then we will be able to intuit what that structure is, because this doesn't say it's all going to be all over the place. This says that there's a structure. It's just that if we're being asked to expand what we expect it to be. So our expectations will be challenged, and a new way of putting things into place, step by step by step, will be revealed to us. So it's a really big learning curve. Surrendering that control especially. Now let's have a look at what our reactions will be. How are we going to respond to all of these things going on? Because it is exciting. Oh, the World card. How we respond, the World card, my picture is that with like a chicken with its head chopped off. You know, that sort of running around, well, the world is falling in, the world is falling in. What's it? The sky is falling, the sky is falling. That's the picture I got straight away. If you're going to go into panic mode, that's what it will feel like, that the sky is falling in. I've got to get all this done. I've got to get it all finished. I've got to get it right. So can you imagine? We have our soul saying, slow down, slow down, slow down. And our reaction or our response is going to be, I've got to finish it. I've got to finish it. Just remember, that's why this card is sitting here. Measured responses, measured, measured, measured. So actually, it's quite fortuitous that the Four of Swords will be there to help us slow down and listen to what our heart is telling us. What is the next step? What is the next step? And what is the next step? So that we do not get into that panic. I've got to get it done. I've got to get it done. Well, the sky's falling in. I haven't got it all done. When we work in the flow of this energy that's being presented to us, it will actually reveal itself in the right moment and in the right time. That's really good. So for those of us who are panic merchants, give yourself a bit of a break. Don't give yourself a hard time. And just when you feel that you're sort of hitting that brick wall is actually your soul saying, slow, slow. There's something else here that you haven't considered. Now, possible future. What does that mean? Where are we headed? Following all this stuff, we get our act together, and we work with our soul selves. We listen to our intuition. We follow the bouncing ball. We follow the steps. Where are we headed? Winner, 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 chicken dinner. So, in other words, follow those steps for an assured success. You will be rewarded when you listen to your heart. Do not panic and let the mind run away with you, and everything slowed down. You will know that you have achieved, because you are going to get a reward or a pat on the back. And it will be in a very real sense, not just like, oh, good on you. It's coming to us in a very physical way. So you will know that once you have done and put that energy into what's best for you and what's best for me too, that I'm listening to that myself, is that when we get that signal or that sign that's we will be rewarded and we'll get the prize, then we know that we have followed our heart, followed those symbols, and moved in the direction that our soul is asking us to do in the right time, right action, right time for us, for our highest good. It's not always easy, right? We think, oh, it's got to be this way, it's got to be that way. But as I said, hitting that brick wall is actually a clue to say, you know what, slow down, listen to your heart, what's actually in place here, and go with that. So what does it mean for us, our karmic journey or our spiritual selves? What is our soul learning and growing into? Ooh, is that good? We got the Fool. We got the Fool and the World in the same week. So in other words, winding things up means that there's, of course, new beginnings. So I want you to remember the Fool also means that everything is possible and nothing is possible. The Fool is ambivalent when it comes to new beginnings. It is up to you and me, all of us, to consciously choose the path. We are not going to go stumbling and bumbling into this week. And of course, just remember, these cards that we're being shown, this guidance that we're being given, may not all happen in this week, but the beginning of the process of having that new beginning and that new pathway open up for us is all being activated this week. I want to talk about a bit more about what the Fool means on a karmic level, especially because we're coming to the end of the year. Symbolically, like in Western culture, end of the year, beginning of the year does symbolize winding up and starting new projects. But whatever that means for you at this time, the Fool represents that everything is possible and nothing is possible. So you are being called on as a spiritual warrior. Tap into that advanced spiritual or soul self that you are. You've done the work. You have got this. Is that you make a conscious choice. No longer are we bumbling around. No longer are we like a pinball getting shoved from here to there. These cards, when if they're resonating with you, that means that you are now in control of your destiny and your guides and spirit are working with you. If you choose to sort of hide and run around and sort of hit those brick walls and not listen to the heart, then the Fool will come in as nothing's going to happen. It will be a nothing space for you. So just remember, of course, all choices are valid. If you choose not to go forward, it's obviously not the right time. So please do not despair. And if you are fortunate enough to be able to follow your heart and see those opportunities, I promise you that the path is opening up, and you will know when you've hit the mark, because the Three of Pentacles are sitting there saying, you know, tick, you're going to get your reward, you're going to get your wish, you're going to get your prize. And that's how you will know that you have hit the mark and are on the right track. So I love it. That means that we have done the work from last week. We have owned who we are, sitting in our power, stepping up and owning our skills. Now it's time to take it to that next step. If those things that you've been really wanting to do, it is time. It is time. And these cards are saying that the energy is around us to take advantage, to move that forward if it's right for you. I want to say good luck. And for me too, I'm going to certainly be tuning into that and taking advantage of that energy as it becomes available. Hopefully I'll recognize it. Have a great week. This is the weekly forecast for week commencing December 5th, 2022. My name is Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic. Have a lovely, lovely week, and I'll see you next time. With love from me. Mwah. See you guys next week. With love from me. Mwah.